Come spend the day with me. So I've completely fallen off the Pilates bandwagon for months, maybe a year, but my building finally got reformers. So I signed up for my first class this morning and I was very nervous about it, but I survived, barely. After that, I decided to grab an apple and reward myself. I hadn't gone down to the pool in ages. I wasn't actually going to swim. I didn't have time for that, but I had gotten a bunch of emails during Pilates, so I decided at least I could sit down here for a little bit and answer the emails. So it was at least a more relaxing Zen way to get back into the groove. And then when I got upstairs, Cooper was trying to demand a treat with his button, and I was trying to show him the out button. I was like, sir, you need to go for a walk. And he didn't like that very much, but I was like, you know what, we're going anyway. And I didn't even change out my Pilates clothes, sticky socks and all. I just threw on my big puffy coat and I called it a day. I put on Cooper's sweater because it was cold and yucky outside. And it was about at this point that I decided I hate this, like, putting on his sweater and then putting on a harness, because then it just doesn't fit that well. So I had decided about here that I was going to order him one of those harness coat built-in things. So I'm going to do that. Also, when I got him boots last year, a bunch of you told me about the Canada Pooch ones where they have suspenders so they can't come off. So even though his boots are pretty new, I ordered those too. So we'll see if that all works. Hopefully I got the right size. When we came back, Cooper has a one-track mind. He still had treats on the brain. And you know what? He walked, which was not his favorite. So he got a treat as a reward. And he also always gets his way, let's be honest. I did some work and then I finally had some lunch, just relaxed for a minute. And then I had to go out because I have terrible teeth and dental trauma. So I'm trying to do whatever I can. And I get cleanings 4 times a year. Yes, 4. I've lived in this neighborhood for over a dozen years and I love this little shopping center, but they are maintaining it more and more poorly. Like the escalators, why are they always out of service? And the elevators and all the things. Anyway, I got my dental cleaning. It went fine. Thank goodness. Love to have that done. Then I went to the Mariano's, which this used to be the best grocery store ever. But since it was sold, and especially in the last few years, it's gotten kind of sad. A bunch of the carts were broken. And then I tried to go look for Diet Coke Lime. Of course, they didn't have it, which is no reflection on the grocery store. No one has it. Then even the internal elevators are out of service. This is a 2-story grocery store, so the escalators weren't working, the elevators weren't working, so I had to climb up the stairs, which for me isn't a huge deal, except I was regretting the Pilates class and going for a long walk and all the things. I left the broken cart downstairs, grabbed the few things I needed, but I can't even imagine if you were someone with like mobility issues or whatever. Also, I was disappointed to see that they had taken the hot food bar thing and cut it in like half. Like, what's going on here? Anyway, they were also out of the steaks that I wanted. And at that point, I finally gave up. I got the couple of things I wanted, and then I just decided to go back home, call it a day. This is why we're going to Instacart. And then I had so many hours of work to do. I sat at my computer. I was doing so many different things. And then unfortunately, someone finally convinced me to leave. I had no plans to leave. I was going to sit here doing all my work, but I went out in the cold and in the rain because someone was begging me to go show them an apartment, which I did. And now I'm going back home. I hope you all have a wonderful night.